It's Snowball Week, Warriors.
And seniors, it's our last one ever.
Welcome to WHS TV, Volume 3. I'm Nick Rupp.
And I'm Mason Grasso.
In this episode, we're going to learn about the hockey team and the new player they picked up this year.
Next, we introduce you to the new college advisor, Miss Reese.
Finally, we meet a World War II veteran who discovered a unique hobby to occupy his time.
All of this coming up in the latest episode of WHS TV. While most girls wear dresses, McKenna Borso has hung up her dresses for a pair of skates.
McKenna is WHS's first female hockey player, and she has been holding down the net for WHS all season.
What does a varsity hockey player look like? McKenna Borso is the first female varsity hockey player in Woodhaven history. She was introduced to hockey at a very young age.
My dad once took us skating down at the Joe, and we just kind of started skating, and he asked us if we wanted to play hockey. My mom had asked me because my brothers all played varsity, and so she asked me if I wanted to try it.
Kenna has many people supporting her.
Well, Kenna came out and earned a spot. She came out and tried out just like everybody else, and quite frankly, she earned a spot on the team because of her talent.
There are some extra challenges that come with being a female on a male-dominated sport.
It's harder than girls. It's a lot faster paced. Yeah, because it's you think about the age difference and their height, and they're a lot stronger.
Kenna receives mixed feedback based on her being on the team.
Some positive feedback is they tell me that I'm one of the better goalies and just that I'm doing really good, and some negative is just comments about being a girl.
I'm sure there was some apprehension at the beginning. A lot of parents were probably wondering what was really going to happen, but I think they became pleasantly surprised once they actually saw her on the ice and saw her play and saw her competitiveness, and basically through the course of the season how well she's improved. I mean, she's become a very good hockey player.
Kenna's coach and teammates do everything that they can to make her feel comfortable.
Before each practice, we shoot the puck around at each other and push each other sometimes.
I yell at her just like I do everybody else on the team when she makes mistakes. I push her as hard as everybody else does in practice, or any other player on the team. We've tried very hard because of this situation and not being familiar with it and never having happened it before, anything along these lines, just to make her feel as comfortable as possible. As long as she's out there working as hard as she can, I think everybody respects the fact that she's just another hockey player out there.
For Devin, this is Grace reporting for WHS TV.
I'm so glad that the team is treating her like any other hockey player.
Me too. Nick, do you know who Miss Reese is?
I think she's been to a few of my classes to talk about college things.
Let's see how she's helping WHS students plan for their futures.
This is WHS College Advisor Miss Reese, who is an expert at after high school planning for all grades. What exactly is a college advisor?
Someone at the high school just to kind of help out students kind of navigate that path of something after high school, because I do college and career as well. I meet with students one-on-one. I also meet with parents, and then I also go into the classrooms. I take data on students, so I mark how many applications they fill out, who's done their FAFSA, where they're planning on going, and then I run 3 big events through the school year. So we do a Michigan College Month in October, College Cash Campaign, which is starting October 1st to March 1st for the FAFSA and scholarships, and then we do Decision Day in May.
Regardless of your current after high school plans, she can always help you.
I didn't come in here and he was like, Miss Reese, I just don't know if I want to do college, it's not for me. And now they're doing everything, they have everything planned. They've sat and had that one conversation, and I can see how many applications they've done, how much other things they've done, because they just learned that was an option for them.
Before Ms. R was helping students, she was confused herself.
I remember when I was in high school, I had no idea. I didn't have support going through college, and I was a first-gen student, and it was pretty scary. My mom wanted to help me, but she didn't know how to, so Having someone that kind of knows what they're doing so that you can ask those questions instead of having to like figure it out on your own or like messing something up.
Students can stop by the counseling office. Miss Restore is always open.
You can pop by the counseling office and I'm free. I'll meet with you right then. You don't have to like set up a meeting. Otherwise, we have like these purple sheets and you'll fill that out and I'll send for you during the day. Or they can email me as well.
So, if interested, visit Reest's office to better understand your options. For Jill Satterfield, I'm Sophia Camilleri reporting for WHS TV.
All this help will surely pay off for our fellow warriors.
Heroes come in all shapes and sizes, but what do they do after they are no longer in service? Matthew and Connor have the story.
Calvin is a World War II veteran from the Marines and a beloved member of the Redford Monorail Club. Although he fought in one of the biggest wars in history, he somehow found a love for trains and the hobby of model railroading.
World War II, I was in the Pacific. I spent 22 months in the Pacific. As a youngster, I remember seeing a movie. It was called The Fighting Devil Dogs. And that kind of impressed me. I liked the way, at that time they had the helmets that looked like wash basins, but they had this Marine emblem on the front. And that kind of impressed me. And so I kind of liked the way the Marines looked.
And that childhood inspiration became a reality.
And when he got to me, he said, "What branch of service would you like?" I said, "The Marine Corps." And he looked at me, took my papers out of my hand, said, "Are you sure?" I said, "Yes, sir." So he pulled me out of the line and told me the sergeant was sitting at a desk at the head of the line, "Take this man next, Sergeant."
Although Cal passed all the physical tests, he ended up going to a less ideal camp, doing mostly community service for the reason of segregation.
Technically, I should have been a platoon sergeant when I came out, but there were white staff in my outfit. So as a result, my outfit had a glass ceiling. And so I made up to sergeant, then they bussed me back to corporal. When I came out, I was a corporal.
But eventually, Cal and the other African Americans in the Marines eventually saw action.
But while I was in the Pacific, I got the American Defense Medal, red, white, and blue stripe. When you mean the ribbons that go in there, and the Asiatic Pacific with 1 star on it.
But where did trains come in the picture?
From the time I was knee-high to a duck, I loved trains. And I had a nephew who was 2 years my junior, and we started conversating like, "Man, oh man, I wish I had a train."
And that interest brightened even more.
Picked up a handbill, and it was from the Redford Mountain Railroad Club, and gave the address on Michigan Avenue. And sure enough, here this building said Railroad Club, but there wasn't anybody there, so I kept passing by till I saw it open. So I went in. And there's Mike Brown, you know Mike Brown. So you gonna join us? But by this time I'm all alone. I'd lost my wife several years before. My protege had grown up and migrated, so I get a while. So that's what I did. I joined it then. But meantime, I'm doing my railroading in my basement.
Many Marines who served in World War II have their own story and their own experience of their time in service. On behalf of WHS TV, we thank Cal for sharing his. For Connor Hayden, I am Matthew King, reporting for WHS TV.
Thank you for your service, Mr. Shepard.
No, you smell that?
Yeah, Nick. What's that smell?
Smells like revenge is in the air for our cheer team.
The Woodhaven Cheers Purple Rain Revenge Tour stops at Plymouth High School this Saturday. And there's a fan bus taking fans to this event.
If you aren't going to Snowball, attend this event and be loud. The smell of revenge is in the air.
Good luck this weekend, ladies.
Remember to follow us on Instagram at WHS TV 2020.
I'm Mason.
And I'm Nick, signing off until next week.